Hola. 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 Right. Buddy Bear, I'm going to do YouTube. Okay. All right. I love you. Oh. Yeah. Meet Virginia. All right. So that song's coming back into play. Anybody? Meet Virginia. All right. What was I just gonna do? Oh yeah, feet shopping. Buddy Bear, why are you in the corner? No one puts baby in the corner. Come on. Oh yeah, look at Mama. Mama got breakfast for you. I hope this live actually stays live. Because the weather here is very up and down. Where's all my freaking t-shirts? I swear, it's like my kids come over and they just snag my fucking shit. Come on. India. Oh. Okay. I'm struggling. I'm on my struggle bus. You know how one message can just change somebody's fucking atmosphere? Which is exactly what I was trying to fucking avoid. Anywho. I'm coming. Let me plug you in. Oh, come on with these cat toys. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. Meet Virginia. All right. Good morning. I just want to say, good morning, Vietnam. So, good morning. Good morning. Heaven help me, I pulled the tick off of him yesterday. He's not convinced. What? Heaven help me. I pulled a tick. Oh, you pulled a trick on him yesterday, and now he's convinced you have a new BF. I went out yesterday. Literally forced myself to go out, and it was literally the best decision I could have made. I'm so glad I did. So, so yeah. Just, I'll leave this hoodie on. Good morning. Sheldon's eating. Good morning. Now, that might be a little too warm. I guess I'll find out. But I'm a little chilly with the tank top on. But yeah, all the fucking kids come over and take all my fucking white teas. And they're not just like fucking fruit flies. It's like 2 of them. I'm going to have to catch them. Meet Virginia. I get them on like TJ Maxx or like Hollister. Like, I like. It's not like a 3-pack of fucking t-shirts. They're nice fucking t-shirts. I like white t-shirts. I fucking don't know what any of them are. None. Jade, out of all my children, she's got to be the worst when it comes to borrowing clothes. No, she travels all the time. She'll take like scent little dresses and like bathing suit cover-ups. I'll never fucking see him again. No, we all have that one friend. She's my one daughter. Then Lonnie is like, you can borrow all my stuff and da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh yeah, because I fit into fucking size 0. Okay, I'm not a size 2, girlfriend. Thank you, though. Thanks for the offer. Like yellow. Cassie's just laying right here. Now I'm fucking hot again. Hey, buddy.
What?
Well, I was gonna have you shut that. Can you face that fan so the AC goes in your room, not mine?
Yeah, I'm just in a game.
Okay, well, as soon as you get out of that game. Oh, it's like humid, hot, and cold. Sheldon just called on my foot. I was like, holy moly, what is that? It's just Sheldon. Just my buddy bear. It's just my buddy. He's like, I ate breakfast. Oh, he's getting so heavy. I ate breakfast, and now I got a messy face, baby boy. Why do these cars keep knocking over? It's gotta be Sheldon. Oh, I have tissues right here. It's very strange that particular box. Buddy, I don't want to hold you right now. I love you so much, though. You're making Mama feel bad. You're making Mama feel bad. It's humid. Yeah, so I was on my way home from Mass. This is gonna drive me fucking bananas. I was on my way home from Mass. Me turning it did absolutely fucking nothing. And I was on the phone. And it was getting like really dark, but I knew we were gonna have storms off and on. That's why I'm like, I'm hoping this even stays. I keep getting pulled to this. It is vintage. I think it was my grandmother's. So I don't know if that's symbolic to somebody. So I was on the way home. I was actually on the phone. It was getting really dark. And it was like, like it was so friggin' loud. And you guys know me anyway. I really don't like driving on the highway. I'm fucking paranoid. But I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, I'll drive the highway home. It won't be like a half hour. I'll be good. And then it started downpouring. I was like, I gotta get off the phone. It was like so quick too. Like, I think she was even nervous. Like, what the fuck's going on? Everybody stopped. Like, it rained so hard. Like, the windshield wipers couldn't even keep up. Ended up being a tornado warning, which we hardly ever get around here. And then, of course, like, all the kids are texting me. Everyone's like, where are you? They're not used to it either, you know, makes them nervous. So everybody stopped, like, in the middle of the highway. Like, literally, like, in the lanes. Just stopped, right? Which is so dangerous. You should really pull to the side of the highway, you know, but I get it. Like, there was nowhere to go, and it got like super fucking dark, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, what's going on? And at this point, I didn't even look down at my phone to see like what was going on. There was like no time in between the siren and the rain. But I could have sworn prior, sometimes they do like a winter weather advisory on the highways, like a sign. I did see something going off, and it reminded me of like a winter weather warning, and I was like, that's strange. Didn't think much of it. I knew it was supposed to have storms off and on. But I got off the exit. Luckily, I was like near my sister's house. And I couldn't believe it. We don't hardly get tornado warnings over here. Like, I don't know how people live in states like that. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, oh my God, like, where are the kids? And all the kids, it's like same things. Like, everyone's calling me, like, where are you? Are you home? Like, they just want to make sure, we're all kosher. But it was scary. Because me and the highway anyway. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this sucks. But I was just so glad. I was like, I just happened to be at my sister's exit. So it really kind of worked out ideally for me. I was just more worried about everybody stopping like in the middle of the road like that, because not all the cars are going to stop like that. But I just don't think we had a choice. And it wasn't because of the sirens. And it wasn't like an outdoor siren. Like, it was in my car. Like, it hurt my ears. So it must be connected to like OnStaff. And I was like, how the fuck do I turn this down? But it was like the minute the sirens came on, the rain hit. Like, no warning. It just makes me feel sad for like the people that live in areas like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's your warning. But yeah, guys, the weather. I mean, I've been talking about this since that weather video I did, in like January? Right? It talked about all the weather coming in like that, freak fucking storms and the airplanes and all the shit in Texas and Florida. You can go back and watch that video, and everything that's happened, everything that was like said and predicted it's already started happening. And I've been telling you guys for years, like another few, maybe 10 years, if that, people are not going to be able to live in certain parts of Florida anymore. It's just too hot. There's not enough power lines to keep the ACs going. It's just sad. So I don't know where the safest place to live anymore will be. Yeah. My brother's in Oklahoma. So it's very strange. Just no warning, It was just weird. It was almost like I was like, I don't know. But then it again, like I said, it makes me sad. People that like just don't even have any time. Like, I don't think I'd want to live in an area like that where there's a chance like you don't have any time. Like, I don't know what type of message that was supposed to be for me, but yeah. So I went out last night. It was great. I had a good time. Literally forced myself to go out. It was the best decision I made. I was almost convinced. I wouldn't say convinced, but I was like, a lot of people were doing like, it was like mushrooms in a chocolate bar. I'm like, that sounds like really good. But I'm like, how long does that high last? Like a couple of, is anything like tripping? Because I can't do the tripping. Ding, 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 for fucking 8 hours. Like, no, I'm over that. But everyone was just like a couple hours. Everyone was just kind of very like chill, and it must be like a different high. I've tried mushrooms twice as I was like teenager. Never did any, like, it didn't give me a buzz or anything. But I was almost like, and this is the second time I've been offered them, and I'm like, But like, I feel like if anything, like if I was to do them, like, I think it'd be like for a psychedelic reason, not to just fucking putz around fucking town. At one point, we ended up at Hooters watching the fights, UFC or something. I don't know. I thought it was boxing. I didn't even know it was fucking UFC. Hi, Sheldon. But we had a great time. Lots and lots and lots of we had a good time. It definitely needed it. I definitely forced myself. So like the first hour or two, I was like, just have a few more shots. A few more shots. Bill came. It was like 26 green tea shots. That's where, you know, decisions take a turn. But it was great. I had a good time. Great group of people. It was a lot of fun. I gotta blow my nose. Therapeutic, yeah. I don't know. The 2 times that I tried it, and it didn't do nothing for me when I was younger. You know, but it's different. Like municipal, like gummies compared to like oils or like smoking pot. You know, like they're all such different highs for me anyway. Meet Virginia. I gotta figure out what song that is. So I don't know what the mushrooms would have done, but I just thought it was strange. I was like, that's like the second time in the last couple weeks someone's offered me mushrooms. But it wasn't like awkward. It wasn't like they were tripping out. I think I just always thought like it was more like a trip, you know? Just responding to the kids real quick. But I'm just glad I got out. It was nice. So I think I'd rather just like drink my mushrooms. I think I'd rather just drink my mushrooms. So there's that. And then who wants to do mushrooms or trip? Like I don't know. I just equate it to like tripping. But who wants to do that? Like when you're out and about. Like I just feel like if I was to do that, I'd want to be like tranquil energy. I don't think I'd want to be like watching fucking UFC and like I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. So I do want to talk about so we have the north and the south nodes, and we have the energies coming in. I'm going to tell you a story real quick. So sorry, guys. So One of my friends. She met somebody. He's from Tennessee. And keep me posted. She's just kind of been like doing her thing and just, living life or whatnot. And she's been thinking about moving to different places, like maybe Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Like, she just kind of been going through things through her head. And then one day last week, she was like, maybe Tennessee. She came across this house. So she got pre-approved. She's like, let's just see. And we kind of just trying to convince her or whatnot. Like, I'll convince her, like, maybe she should just rent for a year and this and that. And I don't know what she's going to decide to do. But next thing you know, because she's a bartender, next thing you know, this guy comes in, which is like friends of friends. You know how like you have some people that are always in the bar? You know what I mean? Like you have, she calls them the degenerates. Greatest group of fucking people, though. Like where they work from home. So if they take a conference call, they literally just go into the car and take their conference call and go back into the bar. And they all just kind of hang out. Some have wives, some don't. Funny stories. But this one guy, he does gas line inspections. And they kind of like hooked up. And she hasn't hooked up with anybody like in a while. She's just going to be bothered, But then, so he's been, so the guy from Nashville, he's known these group of guys for like, I don't know, like 8 years, 10 years, because he's been traveling back and forth. She initially was going to meet one of the other friends that everybody's friends with. It's hard to follow, I know. But these two people know each other. She just vibed with the other person. And it just, sometimes you just click, the chemistry's there. It is what it is, right? And it's almost like kismet. Like holy shit, I was just talking about Tennessee. He's from Tennessee, and it just happened. So they've been spending a lot of time together this weekend before he leaves. But the other friend literally said to that friend, like, don't touch her. Like, she's mine. Like, or I kind of want to see where it goes. So before this other guy came in the picture, a few days prior, she agreed to hang out with this guy and go out to dinner for today. So we've been talking about it because it's like, you have to bring it up. Like, you can't not say anything. And the fact that two of the people in the group know and they're not saying anything to him it's wrong, So she's not in the wrong. She's not in the wrong. She met somebody and everybody just happened to freaking know each other, but so I'm curious to find out how this rolls, because she kind of just wants to like dead it and call it what it is, just kind of like fate stepped in and, But I explained to the North and South nodes and tribes and soul families coming together. It's just the energy. And again, like, she literally just got a quote on a house in Tennessee, and the next thing you know, this guy's from Tennessee. Well, needless to say, he's going to be in New Jersey for the next 4 months. It's in New Jersey, it's 4 hours away. You got to figure out what you're going to do, because if he travels like that and he likes to travel, he can come down on the weekends, so he doesn't work the weekends. He only works Thursday, so he literally has Friday, Saturday, Sundays off. He strikes me as a type that would come down a couple times a month, So I said, you got to figure it out, because you never know where life can lead you, right? So she's supposed to go with the other guy today. Yes, she just said, I decided I need to close the door with let's say Tennessee guy, although it's going to be hard because such a connection with him. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't think it's going to lead anywhere, but I'm going to tell the other one that I just can't make it today, and I'm going to say something came up and give myself a day or two for mental space. Yeah, see, that's a hard one because she was supposed to already meet this. It's just, I'm like, how did you get yourself in a fucking jam like that? You know what I mean? And it's not even like she didn't really do anything wrong. She just clicked with the other guy, you know? But was supposed to meet up with this other guy days prior, and I think he bailed on her. But I don't think she put two and two together like they all know each other, or it didn't matter. She wasn't dating the other guy. But now the other guy, now both of them showed up last night, mind you. Awkward. Puts everyone in an awkward situation because a few people know. But then them two don't know. And it's like you can't do that. You can't do it. It's like your morals got to kick in at some point, you know? So, and she knows that. So I don't know. So I don't know if you guys are going to start getting stuck in certain situations like that too, because just because the South and North node are merging, and a majority of us are walking the North node, which is so positive. There's still going to be karmic energies that want to come back around. There's still got to be stuff that needs to be worked out, hashed out. Like you could still put yourself in a cycle of repeating the past. So you still got to be careful. And people are going to come in for certain reasons, and maybe they're not meant to fucking stick around, guys. You know, it's like that catalytic energy. Some people, it's just the catalyst, and that's it. Sometimes it can be more. It really just. I just watched, you know how like I just watched like lint fly. I think it was like lint. You know, you pull like a piece of hair off of like a shirt or something, but this is like it's over there, landed somewhere. It was like lint. It could have even been like cat dander. I don't know. I just watched it gracefully fucking glide. It could be something with feathers. It could be more, it might not. But I think too, I think it's important to kind of let things flow too, especially if things are hard to flow. I don't know what situation everyone's going to be in, but there is some sorts of clarity that that's going to be needed, or you're going to see, you know, it's that type of energy. And you know what's funny? You know the video? Me, Virginia, I got to look that up again. Remember the video on Friday? It's like, you can't make this shit up. All right, troops. You know the video I did real quick? I think it was like Thursday, Friday morning before I went into work, and I was talking about crabapple trees and pear trees, and I was talking about willows being my favorite tree. Well, look where I am. There's a big willow tree back there. Where's the pear tree? Look at pear tree right there. Crabapple right there. Let's just walk and see my little, you can't make this shit up. My little willow tree. All right. I mean, you can't fucking make this shit up. Love you guys. And then, okay, and it was so cool. Is it on my Snapchat? She has I'm on YouTube. I need to get Snapchat. Doves. They're so pretty. She had turtle doves. Aww. Hi, guys. Oh my gosh, I love them. Hi. They were all staring at me. I was like, this is fucking great. So your intuition, guys, you gotta follow your intuition. You gotta follow your gut right now. It's the only thing that's gonna get you through whatever this little, I wouldn't even call it a hump. Like, you should listen to a lot of the messages from 3 years are coming in 3 years ago. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it helps some of you, I get, but I don't think you're gonna you might be able to relate like that, but relate like it wouldn't be your story now, but there might be something there that says something, you know. Hey. It really just depends, I guess, in like what, who, what, when, where, why, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Yeah, the last time when the nodes were in these positions, 2004, 2006. Yeah, well, we just came out of that long period of, what was it, like a 16-year gap, switching out of Capricorn, going into Scorpio, switching out of Capricorn and going into Aquarius. So, this is definitely the year, and it started like in March, which, you know, the energy shifted in March. And with the new moon going into Cancer, it's also connecting the nodes. There's so many people talking about it. Someone just sent something to me the other day, and she was like, "Is this what you're talking about?" It's not playing. Hold on. The most important days of 2023. We have the North Node and South Node finally shifting signs, and we have the new moon in Cancer. But what important days of 2023? We have the North Node and July South 17th. Node finally shifting signs, and we have the new moon in Cancer. But what does that mean for you? The universe is going to start connecting you to your soul tribe, your soul family, and your soul mates like never before. The heavy emotions of this Cancer season are going to start to wash away the old karma and bridge in a new cycle of destiny for you moving forward, and is begging you to trust in your intuition. July 17th is one of the most important days. I just said that. So she sent that to me. She's like, this is what you're talking about? I'm like, yeah. So, but we've been talking about this for a couple months now, you know, and that weekend read, why was like, I've never seen anything like this at the end of the deck. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably the shift that's coming in. But I've been talking about this anyway, stepping out of the South Node and walking into your destiny. So it's just, some energy is going to be left behind. It's just, it is what it is. It's not, I don't even think it's like a shock or a big deal. You know, it's a big deal because it's rewards, job well done when it comes to where you've gotten and you've chose to, you know, grow and evolve and do what you needed to do on your end to get to where you needed to be. You know, you deserve forward momentum and movement. So my dad just came down. I didn't know if he needed me, but I guess not. So a lot of things are going to be shifting, and some friendships might end, some friendships might get closer. You might bond with certain people, animals, locations, you know. I feel like I've been doing that type of clearing for like the last month anyway. Not even really thinking about the shift, which kind of goes to show you, like, you know, you're in alignment. You're not gonna, maybe when we all have our destined path, we're not gonna miss our destined path, you know. So I think it's more important to maybe, I don't really think you got to proceed with caution. It's more getting in tune with your intuition again, because sometimes I think we fall out of whack with that, get ahead of ourselves, not repeating the past, trying to prevent it. So if you have to kind of like break it down and somebody else is not understanding, you probably shouldn't even bother to break it down, if that makes sense. You know, just stuff like that. So it's just the shift of energy, you know. I'd feel some things out and give it a little time, you know, but like with the newest stuff, I'm not saying like the oldest stuff that's like karmic per se. Sheldon's right under my foot. I'm like rubbing his shell with my toe. It's weird. He usually crawls on the top of my foot. I think it's almost like I can feel him like going back and forth like a bear would do on a pole. It's like, okay. Just throwing me off. But the past might come back around, but from like years ago. Not like I'm not talking your current past. And I don't think you're being, well, I was going to say I don't think you're being tested. Maybe by not that person, but you are being tested in regards to your higher self, your perspective and how you handle things, you know, which might be a little challenging. I find myself being challenged with that right now too. Only so much you want to say and not say. It's tough. So, would I say it's just as tough as my friend's situation? No. But when I think about it, yeah, kind of. Because of how something went down and what type of emotions it stirs. But from here to there, there's just been so much growth. But you're going to run into like hiccups. You're going to run into just certain things. It's very fresh for me. So the freshness and stuff probably be coming in for you. It's like when I talked about the catalyst energy, like it's very fresh for me with that energy coming back around. Readers are not going to have your answers for this. I don't have your answers for this. This is something you're meant to work through. The right people on your path, you know? And the catalytic energy could come all back in again just to kind of wake you up. And your brain can take you to the experience that you had before, and it clicks. It's telling you that you don't want to experience the same thing you experienced before, obviously. But all that energy and feelings and depth, like it kind of, that video kind of explained, it talked about that, right? Brings it to the surface for you to kind of like get rid of it. Is that what he said? Meet Virginia. Okay. Guys, don't let me forget about that. Hold on.
17th is one of the most important days of 2023. You have the North Node and South Node finally shifting signs, and we have the new moon in Cancer. But what does that mean for you? The universe is going to start connecting you to your soul tribe, your soul family, and your soul mates like never before. The heavy emotions of this Cancer season are going to start to wash away old karma and bridge in a new cycle of destiny for you. Is begging you.
Okay. It cut out right there, and that's exactly where I wanted the video. And then it just put me on Instagram. I can shut the door behind you. so strange because it's so cut out. It's so cut out, like right where I was like, wait a minute. That's what I wanted to hear. One more time.
July 17th is one of the most important days of 2023. You have the North Node and South Node finally shifting signs, and we have the new moon in Cancer. But what does that mean for you? The universe is going to start connecting you to your soul, your soul family, and your soul mates like never before. The heavy emotions of this Cancer season are going to start to wash away the old karma and bridge in a new cycle of destiny for you moving forward, and is begging you to trust.
I wasn't even listening. Holy shit, I wasn't even listening. I don't even literally know where my brain just went. Hey, I was just getting out of that like void energy. I just had a really weird experience. I'm sorry, I'm going to do this one more time.
July 17th is one of the most important days of 2023. You have the North Node and South Node finally shifting signs, and we have the new moon in Cancer. But what does that mean for you? The universe is going to start connecting you to your soul tribe, your soul family, and your soul mates like never before. The heavy emotions of this Cancer season are going to start to wash away the old karma and bridge in a new cycle of destiny for you moving forward, and is begging you to trust in your intuition.
Well, water sign, so that makes sense, especially with the High Priestess energy. So is the emotions. And then I'm going to do the Meet Virginia. So yeah, there's, like I was saying, like there's some emotions that have to come back into play and resurface for you to kind of work with in a way. I don't think necessarily find your fault in situations. It's more just being aware. You really got to be aware of what's kind of going on. And you should probably do your best not to just assume the same scenario is going to play out. And like what my scenario, I don't want to share too much because it's kind of personal. I'm trying to figure out things myself. But it's kind of like the same thing like I just said. What did I just say before? See, I got like all like, I don't really think I should be talking about it like that. But like meaning like, I don't think it's going to be the same in a sense. Because it's not supposed to be. So if it plays out that way, it's going to play out for the certain amount of time that it needs to be. But it's also a test on your half, my half, everybody going through scenarios like this to just maybe flow with it, to actually see what it is versus, because I don't think we're all going to be in the energy of like, oh, it's probably going to go down the same way. It won't. But it doesn't mean that it's not temporary, and it doesn't mean that it's not here for a long time either, right? Like I said, there's going to be those little hiccups. But just because certain emotions and thoughts and feelings and memories and that energy comes back, it is meant for you to, and we had this conversation a couple weeks ago, it is meant for you to kind of like, it is meant to be brought to attention. But in the sense of like for you to even see your growth in a way, but it's going to challenge you. Because I got to a point where I was like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing. Or, all right, well, now this is kind of uncomfortable. You know, but noticing them, working with them, moving through those, it's not meant for you to stay and ponder. I don't think long discussions need to be had. You know, I do think certain conversations are going to be needed at some point. But not to rehash the past, if that makes sense. So these lessons or whatever's going on are for you and the other person. It's not for you and the other person to realize necessarily who you are to each other. Like, I think that will eventually click, but like, it's meant for both of you to kind of reevaluate where you're at with this. You know what I mean? What you can accept, how things went down, where you can accept you are, where you can accept, you know, some people, yada, 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 if that makes sense. So that's more the type of energy that's coming in. And some of you are going to have like the new soulmates, and some of you are going to have past soulmates and come back around. Not like current past, like the drama and experiences. Not all of them I think are going to be easy-go-lucky, but they'll definitely be like a little easier. I also think like these are our challenges, guys. I just think it's not like you can't ponder and be like, why did this fucking person come back into my life? Or why did, you know? I think that's going to click. You can't overthink that. So I don't know what everybody's going to deal with. I think you're going to find yourself, whether it's new, past, it's still going to feel like new. I think you're going to find yourself in these situations anyway, because what did you take from your self node? Yes, congratulations, rewards, moving forward, you're on your destiny. But there's still going to be bumps in the road in your destiny, on your destiny. You know what I mean? I think some of you are going to get caught up in that whirlwind fucking romance that just fucking comes out of nowhere too. You know, it's like being hit in certain ways. It's just how, again, this energy is going to roll. And then other people are going to be stuck, still fighting their self node and their karmic because they didn't get out when they were supposed to. So that energy is still going to repeat. How it's going to repeat for them, I don't know, right? But not your problem. You know, like when I was talking about that guy, and it's how the same thing happened 30 years later. That was 2 years ago. You know, that wasn't like fresh energy. But it's like staying in for cycles for too long, you know, things like that. That's shit that like they need to figure out. That shit has nothing to fucking do with me. I had to figure out what it was for me. Get what I'm saying? So even with the new energy coming in, I don't think we're supposed to sit here and really ponder like, oh my God, why? It's just as the feelings come in, as the emotions come in, as like fucking camera just get brighter. As that stuff comes in and out, I think you're just kind of gonna be weaving through some stuff. I think for me, that I noticed today too that I gotta work on why I instantly like wrote back and be like, you know what? I could fucking match your energy. Like my exact words too. And it's like, I know like I gotta be careful too. Where, okay, this is what I wrote. I got no problem matching your fucking energy. And this is exactly where I didn't want this to fucking go. That's on me. I didn't even have to go there and say that. I could have been like, you know what? Like, does that make sense? Shit like that is... Sheldon's on my feet again. Shit like that is going to come in, and this is what you need to be aware of. So it's not the other fucking person. It's you. But that's exactly where I was trying not to go. You get what I'm saying? It froze. Can you hear me now? All right, froze on you guys for a second. Is that when like the lights and stuff, like the computer got brighter? So did you guys hear what I said? Like with the message? Because this is what a lot of us are going to be experiencing, and I want to keep my situation as private as I can, but I also know we work together with this. So I think like the first roller coaster, like we can probably talk about, but after that, whatever becomes of my situation, good or bad, I think it's just going to kind of remain private, because I don't think it's karmic for me. Whether it's long-term or temporary, I just feel like the energy would probably like stick around or stay. So whether we end up friends or more, if that makes sense. But I know we're in this together right now, and so I do got to bring up some things. And even if it took a turn for the worst, I feel like I've said enough and we discussed enough where if it was meant to be temporary, it would be temporary. If it's meant to be, last longer, it will last longer. For the duration, it needs to stay until something clicks on your end. So again, a little bit of a tough dynamic everyone is going to kind of be faced with, but not a dynamic to keep you stuck. So if you think you're kind of staying stuck, you might want to really consider whether or not you want to stay in that dynamic, if that makes sense. And again, don't get me wrong, like the karmic energies are still going to come around, whether you dismiss it or not. I'm sure you probably will, but you could get challenged and say you get in an argument with somebody and then somebody else steps in and you're like, well, this person was only here for this reason. And maybe this person is my person. Next thing you know, you're at somebody's fucking doorstep, but you're at the wrong fucking doorstep. Like, don't be making hasty, quick fucking decisions in the midst of this transit. I guess is probably some good advice I can give you. Good advice I can give myself. So, like, if you're meant to be in a relationship, you'll be in a relationship. If you're meant to just be independent and live your life and have that one person you can still count on, and it's not really committed or it's unspoken, and you guys have like sexual relations, whatever it may be, like if that's the way it's supposed to be, that's the way it's going to be. Everybody's destiny is different. Some don't want a relationship, but the relationship's going to come in, so whatever comes at you, just try to work with it, unless it's really karmic. If you know it's really karmic, take a step fucking back. Because the only time we make foolish mistakes is when somebody else pisses us off or somebody else says something and we convince ourselves, okay, that's it. Then I'm probably supposed to be here. Or we convince ourselves, I'll just do this one more time. Or I want to be fed. That's the only time we make these foolish decisions. Never once did we sit back practically and say, this seems like a really fucking smart decision. No. I don't care how much growth we've experienced. We still didn't do little things like that we need to do because we get caught up in somebody else's bullshit before we step back and realize our own shit. Yeah, very Venusian energy. Like, you have to stay in that Venusian energy right now, guys. Like, Try to focus on that when you're in the midst of something. And it is that passion. It is the desire. It is fucking temptation. It is money. It is romance. It is health. It is beauty. Okay? So now we just gotta fucking play smarter. We know we can match other people's energy real fucking quick. And I even said that too, like not in the fucking little leagues anymore. But I don't want to come off like a fucking asshole either and play that fucking game, because that's the game that you're being tested on. Okay, Court, you're going to do that all over again? Does that make you feel satisfied at the end of the day? Is that really the right choice? Is that how it was really supposed to go down or whatever? You know what I mean? For me, I'm not going to keep doing that. I'll just make it real fucking clear. One fucking time. That's not how something's going to go. We're all going to be tested with something like this. And then there's other friends too, where I was just talking about the other day. I kind of felt bad. I'm like, it's going to go downhill for a lot of people, coworkers, friends, certain things, especially if, you know, you think their life is all like, ooh, doo-doo-doo. And it's like, all right, big wake up call for them, because their life is not doo-doo-doo-doo. And you're like, you know, we got 4 fucking planets fucking retro right now. Like, retro is a fucking understatement. So you have to stay within your power. You have to stay within that Venusian energy. If you need to say something, say it once. Make it clear. It doesn't need to be said again. You don't need to go in circles and talk about the same fucking thing. It's not he said, she said. Someone wants to come at you and match the energy or challenge you. Nothing else needs to be said, because you stop the challenge right there. It doesn't need to go that way. You're either on the same page as somebody else or you're not. Don't force anything right now, because what is happening is going to lead the right person to your fucking doorstep. And you don't have to overthink it either. Just stay within the right type of energy. And that's it. Everybody's fucking adults. Like, that's what I'm saying. Even that one thing I probably knew better, right? But kind of like, I can do this too. I can match that fucking energy real fucking quick. But we don't need to go there. We could easily say challenge accepted. Why? If that person is on the same page as you, it will get squashed. And they'll get it. Vice versa. Someone will come at you. You'll be like, all right, better squash it. I get it. It's not one's the bigger fucking person here. This isn't about anybody else. This is about where the fuck you're at and where you're going. The past is the past. We're writing our future. It's actually already written. Are we just going to follow the script? Because that can feel very natural. You know? And there is some things that are going to need to come up, especially if you know the energy. Because, and not conversations that are like really deep and like how shit used to go. But in order to get to a certain state, to feel some type of comfortability or trust or vulnerability without thinking, you're even being vulnerable, it just kind of happens. And then it catches you off guard, so then you get defensible. It's almost like the weekend read. Something kind of went down like that for me, where in the sense where I was like, I didn't hesitate to speak to the heart when it came to something. And then because somebody didn't respond for a split second, I became a little uncomfortable. And it's like I said, like being challenged. How are you going to respond, Court? And then instantly I want to be like, I don't remember exactly how it went down, but like, all right, well, thanks for doing what you did and yada, yada. And just kind of like shut it down. And I don't think necessarily it needed to be shut down. I wasn't really looking at it like shutting it down for goods, and I just heard for keeps. It's what's clicking for you in these moments where this is like happening. You know what I mean? Because we've learned these lessons. So it's just Spirit's playing a little bit of like interference. So again, I don't think your growth is being tested. We're being tested on a whole other like altitude that is not really explainable. I mean, it isn't. It's not. I mean, I am explaining it the best I can, but if that makes sense. So, but I think in-depth conversations right now aren't necessarily needed. I think a little bit of clarity is nice. So I'm sure you'll get that. But then from there on out, it's about you, your challenges, what you're going to face. It's not somebody else's fault. It's not why me. We might get teased with that energy, but that energy is not meant to keep you stuck. You know your way out of that energy anyway. But it's finding your way out of that energy gracefully. Yeah. Meet Virginia. I gotta pee. Ugh, emergency alert. Now it's a flash flood till 6 p.m. Do not travel unless you are fleeing the area. This is no joke. Well, my kids are gonna start calling me. But yeah, I don't want to tell you like the town per se, but that right there, just like that alone is just a little intimidating. You know? I hate driving an energy like this too. I hate driving an energy like this. I hate like what I'm trying to say is in rain, like even the rain like that must have hit before I even hit the highway this morning, because I do worry, I do panic with hydroplating. Like for me, like that's the scariest. Like black ice and hydroplating is really like, you know. But what was this one? This one is tornado warning until 9:30 a.m. No, that was 2 hours ago. What's the recent one? Did I get rid of it? Where'd it go? It went away. But something about flash floods until 6th night, right? And I knew it was supposed to get rain. Meet Virginia. Yeah. 77.2 degrees. Yeah, it's gonna rain until 11 p.m. Yeah, I don't even like going on the freaking back roads or rain like this. So let me go pee real quick. What else was I gonna do? Meet Virginia. Let me look up that song. We can throw a couple like romance angel cards. I feel like this was kind of like more of like a chat too. But we can definitely throw some romance angel cards. I was just gonna say be back in a flash. But I will tell you, I don't know how long my Wi-Fi will stay either with this weather. We can try though. Hold on. Person opens. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Instant headache. Sorry, you know me, I was sitting on the toilet and I was fucking texting. I tell myself to get off the fucking toilet sometimes. Like, fucking great, here comes that energy again. Getting caught up in fucking bathroom thoughts. So yeah, I think the conversation we just had was more important than anything. And as energy comes in and out, when we talk about it, I feel like we're shifting into different energy for sure. But again, like, it pulls me to like pulling you through certain scenarios, but it's like I gotta worry about my next chapter without sounding like an asshole, if that makes sense. I'm talking out loud, so don't take it personally, but just meaning like I gotta get on track with my other things too. But I feel like the initial start of what this is for everybody is gonna take some guidance for everybody, even like me being guided by relationships. I was meant to say spirit guides. It's not even like about taking the fucking high road. I just think that because it just pulls me to like, I know I guess it doesn't really pull me to being like a relationship counselor per se, but I do think it's important, I guess, to get everyone through this little fucking hump. But I just touched, let me just wash this one hand. Must be something sticky on that window. But I'm going to open both windows so we can listen to the rain, because that's always nice. Castle's so damn cute right now. Meet Virginia. So I think you guys are going to be like matching I mean, she really can't get any fucking cuter. So anyhow, I mean, I gotta work on my stuff. We'll work on our stuff. And again, I think everybody's, I wouldn't say like you're on your own, but when it comes to readers and certain things, like you have to be mindful. You know, yeah, it could be like holding boundaries with kids. Certain people, like, yeah, it's again, guys, it's the Venusian energy. You know, it's almost every aspect of your life. It's I think, I don't even know if it's going to be like a major challenge. I think it's just kind of like reinforcement, you know, of your own beliefs. So I can't put you there. So I'm going to have to move a little of this stuff. Oh, I forgot it. I had a table right there. That was super freaking convenient. That was super freaking convenient. Oh, I have 2 stools here I gotta put up here. I can't put another fucking table here. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm waiting for little lights to come in from like Amazon that the nursery was telling me about. Like just like 2 hours a day over like each plant. No, I just got sidetracked with plants. Sheldon's on my freaking feet again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I can honestly keep those windows open now. Country road. Holy shit again. It's too fucking humid. All right. Let me prop you up. All right. Oh my goodness. Meet Virginia. Oh, here comes that headache again. Song by Train. Oh yeah, you brought it up. That is a Rob Lowe. She doesn't own her dress. Her hair is always a mess. If you catch her stoned, she won't confess. She's beautiful. She smokes a pack a day, but me anyway. Well, she wants to be a queen. Then she thinks about her scene. She pulls her hair back and screams, I don't really want to be the queen. Her daddy wrestles alligators. Mama works on carburetors. What? Meet Virginia. She wants to live her life. When she thinks about her life, she pulls her hair back and screams, I don't really want to live this life. Meet Virginia. I can't wait to meet Virginia. Well, she wants to be the queen. And then she thinks about her scene. Well, she wants to live her life. And then she thinks about her life. Pulls her hair back and screams, I really don't want to be a queen. I really just want to don't really want to be the queen. What's this song about? What's like the meaning? About a girl who wants to be something that she can actually is not, and then she realizes what she wants to do. What? The song is about quirky, mysterious, attractive woman who has managed to capture the imagination of a lead singer, but she doesn't fit the bill. The song's about a woman who doesn't like her quirks and the man who loves her. The first verse, when she doesn't own a dress. How do you interpret it in different ways? The song could be about a girl who wants something, who wants to be something that she's not. Not being satisfied in the way things are going, but being willing she's portrayed as unique and unconventional. The fuck is this shit? Describes a woman of Virginia who is portrayed as unique and controversial, but he's interested in her and admires her confidence and intuition. Virginia has inspirations, but doesn't want to be a queen. And when she thinks about her life and the place in the world, the singer and the Virginia bond over their dislikes of the president and then shared tendency to stay and rip on him. I don't know where we're fucking going with that song, guys. But I just feel like reading that just fucked with my head, like fucked with my third eye. So I don't know. Meet Virginia. I don't know. All right, week 3. So again, it's not going to be all necessarily rainbows and fucking Skittles, guys. There could be some karmic energies too that needs to be worked through, right? So week 3 in regards to south and north nodes shifting. Just really try to stay in that Venusian energy is the best advice I can give you right now. And even give and take. Manifesting multi-dimensional perception and attunement. Venusians, which is exactly the energy I just said. Okay, romance, soulmates, empathy. I almost didn't grab it, but I knew I wanted to come out. I don't know if anybody caught on to that. So I don't know if it's you being hesitant, another energy being hesitant, but there's absolutely something manifesting here. I don't know when it's going to come into fruition, per se, but it's definitely being aligned. Well, that didn't help. All right. You guys have quite the glare. Can you see? You can somewhat see, right? Wicked fucking bummer. Manifesting multidimensional perception, attunement. Could be something with ascension there. Same time. Romance, soulmates. Empathy. And yeah, it's just one of those things too, like that kind of wanted to slide out too. Love yourself first. That self-perception that's been coming in as well. Because the manifesting is being manifested. If it's we're walking the path of destiny again, guys. Like it's just meant to be that way, you know. This could be the one. You've already met your romantic partner you seek. Week 3. We're going into week 3, right? Yeah. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Worth waiting for. Oh, dear Lord. Getting to know each other. How many times that just pulled me to when I first started reading, where I'd be like so incredibly fucking frustrated with that card. So might not be a coincidence. Those older reads are coming up for you guys. Again, this could be the one. Honeymoon, worth waiting for, getting to know each other, divine timing at play. Again, I think it's the Akashic Records, it's your birth chart, it's walking into your North Node. I don't know if there might be a pause there. I'm not really sure. But some of you already know this energy, so it's probably going to be a past life connection, whether you're aware of the energy yet or not. There's that energy of romance surfacing, soulmate surfacing. But again, I can't stress is your perception, which is kind of what we discussed today, but it was more about, I wouldn't even say self-discipline. It's just recognizing like where you're at, where you're going, how you're getting there. You could be taking a vacation. You could just be spending time together. Again, I really don't feel like that's a pause. It's just your birth chart. The nodes. But again, getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. What up, Buttercup? So I feel like
I don't think Dad's coming to get me today.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It wouldn't be too smart. I mean, there's flood warnings.
There sure is.
What are you laughing about, smiling?
There sure is.
You're talking about the weather? Yeah. I know I wanted to go to the market later too, and I'm like super hesitant to even go on the back roads. Yeah. Are you repeating me?
No.
Are you mocking your mother?
No, I'm not.
All right. I love you.
Love you.
Could be kids involved. I don't really see that being an issue. You could be, if you're young, you could be starting a family. There might be a kid that somebody has that you don't know they have. That would be if you actually know the person, but you haven't talked to them in years. So you could be getting to know. Oh, yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Getting to know. Fucking A. It's a blonde moment. And I never say that. And that's kind of insulting. Be careful. It could be somebody thinking you're quirky because I just got pulled to meet Virginia again, but it could be karmic. So Guys, I never say that. That's strange. So let's see. So again, this perception, authenticity, just, be who you are. Man, my third eye is like throbbing. It's like a headache, but not a headache. I don't know what type of attunement that would be. I feel like I need to ding my little. I don't think that's gonna cut it. I feel like it's like for me personally, I don't know where my little hitter is, but this is what I want to do. So maybe I'm not meant to do it. Maybe you guys are meant to do that. I don't know what that's in regards to, but I feel like I need a noise right now. You guys might want to play with some type of instrument like that. My thing's always, I wanted to call it a gong. My thing's always around, and now all of a sudden I don't know where it is. I think that worked a little bit for me. I don't think you can escape what that is that's happening. Not with you and somebody else. You and the... And typically the attunement, I don't look at it like that, but that's how I was pulled to it this time around. It's who you are. You might be really seeing who you are. Some of you need, oh, my fucking eye. I almost said, oh, my fucking head. It's my eye. It's my third eye. Is anybody else feeling this? What is this? So that didn't just cut it. It cut it for like 40 seconds. So that's not your answer. But that's not a bad thing either. Maybe you got to hit the right frequency. I don't see anything topsy-turvy, but something clearly is telling me there is something with frequency right here. Solitude. Release. I don't know what type of release this is. I definitely feel like it's mental. I don't know. I don't think you even know what that is. Knight of Cups. King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Two of Pence, Ten of Pence, Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Knight, Tower, Four of Wands. And this is not like a bad thing, guys. This is again, I kind of feel like it might have something to do with our conversation earlier. And it's just something that you need to release. So I don't know if there's going to be a little confusion for you. I don't think I can answer that question for you. But it's not releasing a person. It's releasing certain feelings. So you might be a little emotional. I mean, it would make sense with the new moon in Cancer. But don't be too harsh with judgment here. Wait patiently, trust, and do something with ease. Right? And you got the universe there too. So release judgment. It really is this perception. And It's not how you're looking at them, guys. I got to make this real clear. This is how you're looking at yourself. This is how you're looking at a relationship. This is how you're looking at attraction. This is how you're looking at something because you're catching a feeling. Okay, it's not about the other fucking person. I gotta make that so fucking clear to you guys right now. This is about us. Yes, there's probably somebody else here, but this is not priority. There be reciprocity, synergy, all that stuff if it's meant to go that way, right? So release some type of judgment. Again, it's patience, trust. Things are manifesting. Could be something going on in different dimensions right now. We're dealing with voids. Just kind of, again, like the ease, the flow state. Just continue to be who you are. So you are going to find yourself in a situation shortly where it's like judging a book by its cover without reading the book. But you feel like you read the book, but that was a different book. Get where I'm going with that? Because it needs to be a different book. But if somebody else wants to read the same book, then buckle up, Buttercup, because you're going to repeat some things you're not going to want to repeat. Okay? So, just be who you are. Venetians. Yeah, I think you guys are going to learn a lot from each other. It feels very, I almost just feel the word daunting, but like it's not. So it's definitely an experience that needs to be released or feeling. And you got mind with Venetian. So again, it's that perception. But it's okay. Some of you might meet your first catalyst. This is like forehead to forehead. I couldn't even do that with my babies when they were little. I tried it with like all my kids. It's just little things like that. And I could probably get like that distance between me and my babies before I could feel the energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want the AC on?
Yeah, you can turn it back on.
Okay.
You're going to find that with somebody. Which, did you shut the door or turn it down? The noise shifted. Turn the fan down?
No.
No? Okay.
Still stuck.
He's stuck? You want to fix him? Where is he? Did he put himself in the corner again? Mm-hmm. 2 hands. He's a big boy now. Thank you. Make me nervous.
That's fine.
Love you. I don't think kids are an issue here. I really don't. But the kid thing came in again. Not only because he came out here, but in the sense of like, I couldn't even get that close before I could feel their energy. You're going to have that with somebody. You might know who this is. You might not. That could be with anybody. But your minds almost like intertwine. You know how like a soul can intertwine? This is weird. It's not weird. Maybe is that why I said daunting? But is there different definitions of daunting? Why do I keep saying that differently? The meaning of daunting? Seeming difficult to deal with, anticipation, intimidating. Okay, so I was kind of looking at it as a little more work than that. Like a daunting task, right? Seeming difficult. But it could be intimidating, anticipation. that the intimidation would get you there. But it's almost different. It, making you feel slightly frightened or worried about your ability to achieve something. So it's not a bad thing. Bring me a higher love. So it's like you're reaching a higher perspective. The two of you are doing this. This is more than just two of you guys. Whatever this is, it's growth. It's fun. It's Venusian energy. It could last a long time. To me, this wouldn't be temporary. If something's temporary and it's in and out, you gotta reevaluate. I don't know if you'd feel security here. I'm not going and saying that either, and it's gonna be long term. But like, bring me a higher love, and it's not even like a higher love. It's what the two of you do. Yeah, see, I'm already noticing this energy. That makes sense. It makes sense on why I'm like having these conversations with you, because I'm able to explain it better to you. It is that forehead to forehead too, but it's not just, oh my God, like we have this connection, souls fucking connect. This is what your mind's eye, your perception, their perception. It's different than being on the same page. It brings you to the same page, but that's not what it's saying. It's got to be a higher purpose here. Like intellectual conversations are probably going to be on point. You can relate to this person. You can have conversations that you probably can't have with other people. It's somebody who's going to be very open-minded. Like, you can't mistake this energy. Not too many people come into people's lives, and I'm getting the third eye feeling again. Not too many people, and you guys can probably feel each other. Not too many people come into people's lives. I was just saying this to my friend the other day, like, the experience I had with my catalyst, everybody's experience is different, but it's like a once in a lifetime situation. And not everybody in their lifetime gets to experience what I experienced, but I experienced what I needed to experience to sit in this chair now and to do what I do next. It wasn't for love, and now you can sit pretty the rest of your life. You've learned lessons. No. I know my purpose has to do with the collective. That's the big fucking difference there. I know my purpose. Another energy that's going to come towards me like that is going to have the same type of purpose, and you guys are going to collaborate. Or it's somebody that literally, it's a higher love that's going to protect you, have your back when you have exhausting days, or you feel down and you feel like you can't push through. It's going to be your rock, which is powerful and beautiful. It doesn't mean you have to collaborate with work per se. That's what's coming in. And I'm not saying like, I know the connection with my catalyst is extremely special, but I'm saying it in the sense of like, I'm not saying like mine's extra special, guys. I'm saying it in the sense like, I don't think my kids will ever experience that. And if they do experience it, I would be their catalyst. Does that make sense? It had to be my catalyst for me. It's one thing to take a spiritual path. Like me and my catalyst were two different types of spiritualists. Well, not the same type of spiritualist. Because it doesn't need to really, there's different categories, right? So when I say like, because when somebody wakes you up to be a fucking leader, it's not the average fucking Joe. And it can be to lead thousands. It could be to lead the world. It could be to just lead a fucking cult. Whatever direction I'm going, wherever direction you're going in, I'm going in. Get where I'm going with this? Doesn't need to be the president of the United States, but didn't something just come in about the president of the United States? Something, one of the meetings, messages? It doesn't even fucking matter. You will have some type of connection like that. Maybe not to like the extent that I'm saying, unless you're going to actually fulfill your purpose. So did you get where I'm going with this? Not everybody, we all have our destiny, South and North Node. Not everybody has agreed to their destiny. You might be able to lead something, but you won't even realize that for another 2 years. It's that type of energy. Or you already know what this is. Or it's just going to be a soulmate that you deserve, they deserve, because of where you're both at. And you're really going to love and appreciate each other and see things differently. And that is just as beautiful. I just know for me, that's my catalyst was for my soul's purpose. It wasn't for me just to be like, oh, I'm going to take a spiritual route and be open-minded and see things differently. You know? Like, my catalyst and I made agreements in another fucking lifetime that we were going to come in and play certain roles in each other's life. That's the type of kind of connection this is. Or it's another connection that you deserve and that they deserve because of who you are, because of the work you've done. Does that make sense? And I feel like I've been doing some things for years and years and years and years. Did I know it was going to be a lifetime where I would forget this and I was going to need this person to do this? Or how do we know we don't have to revamp our energy after, hundreds of fucking years? And this, it's like starting another 100 years again. Like, I just got pulled to like 1,000 years. Is that what it is? I've waited 1,000 years, something like that. 1,000 miles to 1,000 years. So it's like reincarnation after reincarnation. Like, do you take breaks in between? I doubt it. But this is like, you don't do this every lifetime, if that makes sense. Is like the message I'm getting. It's something about this lifetime is more unique. And I guess that makes sense with the ascension. And there was a chance that you might not have pulled it off. Some of you guys are going to pull it off. There's an opportunity for you to pull it off. But it's not sitting down having a conversation with the other person and saying, I feel like this is what this is. No, this is the person you're dealing with has a higher perspective and you have a higher perspective. It doesn't need to be discussed. Not now, anyways. Like, it will just come into like flow state when it's meant to. 6 months from now, 6 weeks from now, 6 days. It's just, and again, I feel like it's like a whirlwind. It's kind of like, what the actual fuck? Like, did I just fall in love? Like, no way. Like, huh? Like, you don't have time to even question it. That was just like the 5 of Cups Tower, something else. Because it's just like, huh? It's that energy where you're just like, huh? With the mind. But again, it's like perception. 9 of Wands could give you a little anxiety. Do I fight for it? Do I not fight for it? It's that warrior energy. Like, pick yourself up. Get up again. It's like a warrior energy, but I don't feel you being like super fucking exhausted. So that exhaustion might hit. So, I mean, you might have somebody that just comes in and charge. It's a charge. It's like stopping in 3 of Swords. So, and it's like stopping and plugging in your freaking, I almost said Vizsla. That's an animal. Stopping and plugging in your Tesla. You both could be disappointed. This washes away this energy. Now that I've stated that, I want what's like to come, like what this connection is. That's kind of what's happening now, probably. Reconnecting, whatever the case may be. All right, Ten of Swords. All right, so I can't escape this message yet. Again, it could be the perception. Your mind may still need to release things. I don't know. So I don't think that's what it's saying. Let me figure out what this is for a second. I think you're both, because I keep hearing duo, as if like the Two of Cups is supposed to be here. So I guess that's why the Two of Cups is not coming out, because I know it's supposed to be here. But I want to place it on this card, and it can't be placed on that card yet. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's just, again, your perception, their perception. You could be in a void right now. You got discover. So this might take some time for you to like discover. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't just give you the answer. I can't just give you the Two of Cups. Spirit can't just, again, it's that patient energy and trust with the universe, conception. It's just the birth of something. I guess that's just the way it's going to roll right this second. I know the Two of Cups should be there. The Venetians itself is like the Two of Cups, but it's also the Six. It's the reciprocity. It's the synergy. So you guys are going to discover what this is. I do feel very multidimensional energy. I think this empathy is like let me put it this way, like the empathic energy, like it's like when you can actually feel somebody, but you're feeling a feeling, that feeling's still there. It's like an electric shock. Does that make sense? It's like, I don't know why I just put it like that. So you know how like you can sense energy. We sense certain things coming in, going out. There's some type of electricity that the two of you share. See, this is way more than you think it is. It's like a current. You guys share a current. It won't work unless you're both using your higher perception, your higher selves anyway. I think you're definitely gonna get to that. So whatever this is, temporary or long term, it looks like it could be long term, guys. But it could be 6 months just to get you to where you need to be. Or you guys might live the rest of your lives together. I'm not sure. But this type of connection is, they're meant. This is straight up a catalyst. You're a catalyst for each other. They might have been a catalyst for you in the beginning, but what you don't realize is you're actually a catalyst for this person right now too. You might be bringing out their desires when you think they're bringing out your desires. This energy needs to tell you something and talk to you. I wouldn't overthink it. I wouldn't worry about it. It will happen. Okay? I don't think anyone's purposely hiding anything. I think they've been through the ringer. I think you've both been through the ringer. You might be more susceptible of talking about your experiences and like me, right? You might be dealing with somebody not so much. You guys are sharing a current right now. if you were to actually meditate on this, and like I don't know if you should do that either. I don't want it to freak you out. You probably already sense this or feel this, but this is throwing me off a bit because our souls connect. You guys' minds are interacting, and it's more than just being telepathic with each other. Your brains are being weaved. Together. There's wow. That's fucking powerful. That's going to be, I think, few and far in between. But you are going to sense or feel some of this. This is where you got to be careful, though. Because if this is a first-time catalyst, no, this doesn't look like entrapment. It might feel like entrapment. I need water. That's fucking with my third eye again. This is not normal. But it's not abnormal either, guys. It's just something we really don't experience on this plane. Is really the better answer for what this is. So you guys are actually, this is the energy, and it's like an understatement of being like somebody comes in your life to lift you up versus like letting you down. It's an understatement to what this is. This is like consciously working on something or subconsciously working on something and somewhat being conscious of it. It's almost confusing, but I don't think you're going to feel the confusion where it's going to stop you in your tracks. It's almost blinding. Blinded by the light. I'm just going to take a picture of that for the screenshot so you guys can kind of get a sense of the feeling that I'm sensing. Because I think you'd be able to connect to that the way I'm connecting to it if you were to actually focus on it. But be careful, only if you want to, because I feel like you might end up like in a like a hypnosis. Let's move on because I need to step out of that. It's whatever it is beautiful. But it's more than beautiful. It's fucking powerful. I think it's happening subconsciously, but consciously. But you don't know the extent. Like, I've never, it's like I can't get out of it. But in all the history of me doing this, and I keep saying that lately, so it's a big deal. I've never seen like an electric current. Like, it's almost like a cord, but with like electricity, not just energy, like a different type of, I almost said currency. I don't know if this is like quantum. It could be quantum energy. I don't know. I kind of am feeling AI. Like, you guys would probably like shock yourselves. Like, ooh, staticky, you know? It's an energy current, but it's an electrical current of energy. But it's like power lines. All right, and yeah. This could be the one. So to me, it's going to be like a past life thing. And remember to just kind of, with authenticity here, just really be who you are. There's going to be bumps. It's just not bumps why I think you need to like worry about or focus on. Is okay. So again, the unknown. So again, it could be a void, but you got belief and expectations, connection. Becoming. Yeah, whatever this is it's not just starting. It's you've always had that capability. And this is being like amped up. It could be part of the ascension. Could be a shift of DNA. To me, it doesn't really feel like a black hole. It could be something in the galaxy with the black hole. Like, people say they can't see beyond the black hole, but you can. Because I feel like you can walk right through this. It's almost like I see the two of you. Like at the retreat card, it's almost like I see the two of you walking through this. But it's like, where it goes, nobody knows. What's that saying? Around and around and around we go. Where you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Not all these cards are like that, but you have the swirl here. So some of you know this person. I feel like somebody's walking through this portal. Like they're coming. If they're not already here. Or you're going through it to meet them. You can't escape or avoid this. Eventually this is going to be clearer. I don't know how long it would take before you get that clarity, but that's regardless. We're just talking like week 3. Some of you, this person could be coming in more like week 4 maybe, and this is coming in week 3. Could be something with the 24th of July as well. Ooh, look at that on the 24th. I only said it because it's 12/24, and I just happened to look over, and I just got pulled to the 24. And there's 24s right there. I can't really explain it, which makes sense. It's unknown. It's going towards the unknown, but it's not the average, like, I gotta go towards the unknown. I'm also hesitant to almost say like what I feel, in the sense like to help you guys or help me, because I don't think this can be comprehended right now, and I don't think it kind of needs to be comprehended. It's just kind of like, because we all know, like, moving forward and going to the unknown, some people have a really hard time just going forward and being like, and not defining something. This almost doesn't need to be defined. This is going to be challenging. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be a little challenging for the both of you, but I think you're going to be fine. I'm not really worried about it. I don't think you need to be worried about it. Something that is meant to be will be in what this is, because it's meant to be. Coming together, pulling apart, coming together, pulling apart. Like, if that happens, it's for you guys to realize something's on your own, why things are being intertwined. This is not like short-lived, like it's only going to be a few weeks. Like, no. But moving forward, because does that make sense? I don't even know if it makes sense to me. It's happening subconsciously, but consciously. Your approach, their approach. Again, this might take off quicker than you think. or it might end up being slower than anticipated. Because I know some people can look at that as like being a pause because we're about to get there. So let's get to honeymoon real quick. Like it could start off real fucking quick and then it's like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like a deadbolt situation. Yeah, see, it's blooming. What a beautiful card. And you keep getting the universe at the bottom of the deck and you got awareness. So I just don't know if you're conscious of it. Like I know you're conscious of it, but I don't know if you know the extent of the consciousness, like the extent of the awareness. And that's okay. We're better off. Absolutely better off. Because this is like where you put yourself in situations where I know you're meant to be in my life and I really want to find out why. You don't get to find out why. That's part of your challenge. That's probably part of all of our fucking challenges. That's why I said with certain energies, it's not here for us to overthink like this and that. It's as the energy comes, work with it. If they're working with you on it, you guys are good. You're going to be kosher with whatever this is. It will roll. There will be bumps, but it will roll. I don't know if it's like this ever going to happen. I don't know if we're talking like weeks out. I don't know what this is. Conception is happening, but I'm not that reader that's going to say it's happening in the ethers. Because I don't know how people interpretate that. To me, we're in a matrix. It's a projection. It's okay. I don't really. It's a whole nother conversation. Again, I'm not going to be that reader and say it's happening in the ethers because how do I want to interpret this for you? This is happening again, consciously and subconsciously. Whatever this is will come together. It's conception. And not like a baby. It's like a fucking resurrection. I almost said resurrection of fucking Jesus or something. Like, so I don't know, guys. I mean, you can think you're just a nobody. And I hope you don't feel that way. But a year from now, we don't know where the government is fucking taking us. You could be a fucking political fucking leader and blown people's fucking minds. This is more than like, here, you can have it. Which might be, again, daunting in regards to intimidating. I feel like you guys would have already, if you know this energy, this is something you've already, the intimidation, the intensity. I don't think it is led. It does have to do with creativity and passion and chemistry. I wanted to say charisma. But that's not the type of intensity I'm getting. Like the type of intensity I'm getting is like, you guys are kind of both on the edge. Again, I feel like this will flow if it's meant to flow. Does that make sense? Like, even if you guys get in an argument or this and that, it's how you handle it. It's how they handle it. Words being spoken, the way it's being looked at. One of you guys are hiding something. One's just more closed off than the other, or one has less trust. It's kind of like what goes around comes around, like they learned their lessons through their shady behaviors, or I'm never going to meet the one, or thinking the grass was greener on the other side, and they thought, they were chasing something that, temporarily glittered, and then realized, that's not the type of person I want in my life. Like, you're dealing with two different people in the sense of like, you're both going through your own thing. One's a little more quiet about it than the other. But don't don't underestimate the power that the two you have when it comes to being able to actually lift each other up. It could happen sexually, it could happen mentally, it could happen telepathically. But I think, I'm just hypnotized. I just feel like, I did say hypnos too, right? It's just, it's just starting. What, like this? It almost reminds me of like a little hat. I didn't even pick up on that until now. This is definitely a download for you guys. If it's not a download, it's definitely projected. If it's not a download, it's something's being. It's like a transmitter of what, I don't know. I'm not gonna say, oh, you might want to click off now. It's clearly too late, but don't get nervous if you're like and I don't want to say a newbie like that. It's like you'd feel it, you'd know. Like I think you would sense it. Like that's why I feel like you need to look at whatever that is. I don't know. I haven't looked at this yet because I'm still trying to comprehend what I just said to comprehend for you. What the actual fuck? I don't even know what I just said. I said something about being a newbie, right? Oh yeah, projection. Oh, a download or some type of being a transmitter, like a radio transmitter. Like, so it could be something with DNA, a shift like that, or it's just a subtle download, but you would feel it, or an energy exchange, as in like a transmitter. But I don't know if that would freak some people out. Just don't be freaked out. I don't know why that would freak somebody out, though. So you guys, okay. Some of you are going to experience for the first time. I've already experienced this. I experienced this with all 4 of my babies before I even experienced it with my catalyst. Some of you guys might not have ever experienced that. And trust me, do not do that with somebody you don't know unless you're actually in the midst of something. And I almost said transcendental, but in the midst of that's like a fucking kundalini. Don't just do this with anybody. Do this with like a best friend, maybe someone you've been friends with for a long time, or a child. I don't know if what could happen with an animal. It could, but for those who haven't experienced that, you're gonna experience that, and it is fucking wild. And I want to say with my catalyst, I can't remember, which is very weird. I think he was the only one where I could actually do it with. Oh, I guess I couldn't. Maybe I thought I could. I know I couldn't do it with my children. So for some reason, if I thought I could, see, something's hazy here because it's making me remember. I don't think it's going to feel daunting like that. But I mean, I said it. So I think if anything, just intimidation is, if you both put the effort in, it's not that much work. I feel like I'm arguing with somebody right now. Like there shouldn't be, I don't know what the fuck I'm channeling right now. I almost want to step out of it. It shouldn't be that much work. But if you both put a little fucking energy into something, I guess I pulled a like Robert Downey Jr. Like what the fuck? Okay. So, if anything, it's going to be intimidating, scary. Whatever this is not going to be that much work. It would be karmic. I don't think you have karmic things to push through together. I think you have your own karmic shit to push through as fucking individuals. I feel like a professor right now. But then it just pulled me to Harry Potter. like a college professor, and then to Harry Potter. What the fuck? You guys are probably going through ending your own karmic things. You're getting over it. You're looking forward to your future, whatever the case may be. I don't know if this message is meant to get out. I feel confused. Like car accident confused. What do you call that? Like, not a coma. Concussion. Then I just saw a baseball hitting a head. Concussion. So it might feel like a concussion. What? If it feels fucking karmic, guys, I feel like I can't even talk. If it feels karmic, this isn't the energy at all. I think you got your karma, I got your karma, but it has nothing to do with fucking karma. What is this? Oh. It has to do with karma, but not like that. Releasing karma. You're both like, oh my God, there's something so transcendental here. If you guys actually thought to, when this comes together, if you guys were at a distance for each other, or even in the same room, like doing a meditation, you would probably hear each other's fucking thoughts. Two people manifesting the same thing at the same time is extremely fucking powerful. But not everybody gets to hold that power unless it's beneficial for themselves or the collective. There's something extremely transcendental here. It is overwhelming. I almost feel nauseous now, like something just took a lot out of me. And this relationship, whatever this is, not going to take a lot out of you. I think you're out of the void. This is going to fall into place after the shakeup with the nodes and the realignment of the nodes and the new moon. Okay. There is something on the other planes. I just don't know how to explain what it is. But again, you won't find me. I'll never be that reader. Where it's like, you're connecting on the other plane. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, not the way they're making it sound. Like, no. You were meant to come here. It's a projection. Like, you don't get to work with yourself on another planet. There'd be no point of the projection. You're up there doing your own fucking thing. Like, this, it's not like, I'm rooting for your court, I'm rooting for your Sally. Like, no. Like, no. Like, things that make you go, Moving on. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. What does that say? Attention. Attention Kmart shoppers. Okay, so what did we just go back 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? This might be saying I almost said elusive, but that's not what that would be. When one talks, pay attention, I don't know what this message is for you. Attention came at shop, like, to me, with it being like, attention Kmart shoppers. I think it's like pay attention to things around you, which makes no sense in regards to like getting to know this person. I think when you're with this person, there's going to be synchronicity signs that someone you might miss. Which I think would be normal. But now it wants you to pay attention. Okay, let me get one more for attention. Could be military, it could be past life. Or just pay attention with the reflection here, because no, I feel like it's like pay attention on, it could be something with past life. I still don't know how to answer that one. A breakthrough. I just heard submissive but not submissive. I just got pulled to like the sub under the water. Like submerging. I think you can, I wouldn't even say astro travel. I think it's more than just a telepathic. This is like a hidden, whatever this is, it's fucking hidden. Like, pay attention. You might really be impacting somebody. And vice versa. This wouldn't be one way. This is not a one-way road. Say what you mean to say. It's just be who you are. Say what you got to say. I don't know. Like, someone don't like it, they don't like it. It's, you ended up roles reversed and you were the catalyst. I don't know. But like, really pay attention. Like, there's something about this connection that you're going to discover. You guys can have a gift that could maybe even change the world. I don't know. It's pretty powerful. It's just some people just don't realize their capability. And I think this is saying, like, listen, you guys are capable of way more than you think, and you're probably already aware of that. But this is like, when something's combined, when you reach a place of harmony, I'm telling you, some of you guys have a world fucking win with fucking romance here. But it's more than that. And you would never take this energy for granted. Neither of you would. It would be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we only have 40 years life. But it's like, I've waited 1,000 years. Like, no, you've had lifetimes after lifetimes. I just, okay, I want to cry. I don't know what holy shit. At some point, this is going to become very overwhelming. The love that you guys have for each other. Because you're not going to take each other for granted. Like, this is amazing. You think it should just be like that. Life's not just like that. But it's so much more than that, guys. Like, you guys will figure it out. I don't know how long. Maybe January, February, maybe March. I'm just saying 3 balls. March might be very significant as we proceed to give you what you need. You're gonna sense this like you wouldn't fucking believe. It's kind of gonna be like unbearable and unspoken. Let's not get this twisted. You're not going to have to work on somebody. You're not going to have to constantly be like, are you okay? Like, you're going to have a sense of trust. You're going to have a sense of comfortability. You're going to have a sense of like, okay, what he or she just said, or same sex, what he or she just said, like, okay, like, whoa, all right, like, and it's just accepting it versus being like, fuck you, or is acceptance. Some of you guys might meet somebody online and not even meet them for weeks or even a month or months, and then the reconciliation is going to be like, I'm going to use overwhelming, because, but just enjoy it. Just feel what this is when it hits. You don't need to manifest this into fruition, guys. Like, this is already happening. That's what I'm saying. Like, manifesting, like, this hats have already been in alignment, and now you would manifest, right? This is not like, it could be the beginning of something, but this is something that's already been being worked on for centuries or months. You get where I'm going with that? So I think you're going to find yourselves in a situation where it's just unspoken, and it's just going to be like a feeling of trust. You know how I talked about, like, we're going to learn how to love again. We're going to learn how to trust again. Like, I think this is actually just going to happen. You're just going to, there's just that comfort there. You don't have to try, but you'll get tested here and there and be like, it's a little scary, but it's not going to be as much work. It's only work if you're looking at it like that. But if you're looking at it like that, you wouldn't be ready for this. Does that make sense too? Like, it could still feel like work, but that feeling's not going to stay with you. Like, oh, I can't do this. Or like, it'd be very temporary. Don't underestimate the two of you. And you might already know who this is, or you're like, oh man, I had that once. That person might come back around. Because you're just going to start to recognize each other. It is going to be a little overwhelming. But I don't think in the sense where you're going to push it away. It's going to be very natural. Is kind of like what I'm getting. I can kind of get that, like, so you guys can kind of like screenshot it if you'd like, or I can't see like if it's a good glare, a good photo. Okay. This just fucking wore me out. Like this, I feel like this just fucking wiped me out for the day. But like fucking like, whew, I look back, it instantly just pulled me to like what I was experiencing 6 weeks ago and be like, I'd never have that with that person. And this is not like an epiphany moment. It's just like, what I'm feeling is like, you would never even go back to what you thought that was. Like, you would literally stay single the rest of your fucking life before you ever like, and I'm not saying it was awful, but that's the feeling I have. And don't let any reader be like, oh, that's what you have on like another dimension. Like, Okay, Bert. Please find another fucking channel. Because this shit is meant to happen here. This experience is for you to feel and have and touch. It's to use your senses, your natural capabilities, your intuition, the things we're born with before the matrix even becomes a fucking thought. And this happens when two people, there's a lot of growth in certain stuff, but I'm telling you, there's something a lot more magical with this. But it's not Skittles and fucking rainbows, but it's not. It makes me, I almost want to cry again. It makes me sad because whatever you guys are going to have is like, wow. It's like you only have, if you're blessed, 40 years, 50 years. And you guys are going to feel that so intensely. I mean, you guys would probably will yourselves to die at the same time. You would probably make a promise to yourself to like meet in another lifetime. It's fucking deep. Holy shit. And I think that's why I kind of find it like it's going to be sad, but it's going to be amazing. And I know we can't look at things like that. But with this, whatever this is for you to not to acknowledge that, you're just wasting your time. And I'm not saying this is something that needs to be acknowledged now. This is like when it happens. This could be months. This could be years of like where you find yourself in this situation. But I wouldn't even say it's like bittersweet. Like this is something you'd want your kids to experience. But like, you don't just get what this is. Like it's this shit's not handed to you. It's not. It doesn't matter how beautiful the world becomes. Like it's like two people's mindsets to like even get. I don't even know how to explain it. But it's like loving each other and not smothering each other. But like, I really feel like you guys are gonna make a promise to yourself. God, I never cry like that. This isn't emotional. Like this one got me. I just kind of feel like how appreciative you are gonna be for spirit for sending you guys being able to do this, or like the way you guys will appreciate each other is seriously a blessing. Like it is a blessing. Like this is not just a wish. Like this is like a blessing. And it's just, you guys are just going to have a lot of love for each other. And I hope like when you get to like an old age, like you don't look at it like I just did. You look at it as a blessing and hope that you guys will find your way back together in another lifetime. That's what this is. You it's like that card, like you've known this person before, like you know this person before, and it's not, but you're both using your higher selves where you're going to allow this energy to actually come in. We're all capable of this. All love can be like this. It's just a matter of like, I guess your perception. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I've cried in meetings before in regards to things, but I don't think I've ever cried because I actually felt what some of you are going to experience. Like, that's how much love, like, that's love. It's the word love doesn't even define what it is. It's a feeling. And love is not even good. That word love is not even going to be able to explain the feeling. I wish everybody could have that. It's just going to take a long time before the world gets there, or, individuals move to certain places to have that. Like, it's weird. I wouldn't say it's weird, but like, I was talking to my friend the other day, like, the things that she like researches that I never thought to research, like when she said like Tennessee, she hasn't done a lot of research, but she's like, do you know like 75 or 85% of marriages last in Tennessee? Like relationships, things like that. Like, I don't know what made her look up those statistics, but just like in the sense of like the weather, or was it the Smoky Mountains, Cloudy Mountains, like the atmosphere, or how you choose to look at life, and it probably has a lot to do with the atmosphere and certain stuff, but I don't think I've ever looked at like the success rate of relationships whenever researching a location on where I actually wanted to move. But that just goes to show, it's another way to look at it, perception of like the matrix, and like where you also choose to raise your family, what town, certain stuff. But are you really like above and beyond and looking at like statistics and rates? I don't think we really do that. I mean, some people probably do, but like how you guys connect to each other and acclimate to that energy, and all that matters, so Paris, like the city of love, a lot of people fall in this, the atmosphere. It's how it's because your perception is like, it's like a whirlwind romance, like, because it's like you take yourself there, or it's a honeymoon. It's what you do when you come back from vacation to keep that feeling still there. And you shouldn't have to really just keep it. It should just happen if you guys are in tune and in balance. But if there is land, see, there's got to be someone with land here. Maybe there is somewhere really specific that you guys will live in regards to land. There's also some railroad tracks, could be old railroad tracks. It has to do with the energy. Historical land is powerful. And I think it's not everybody can handle that. People walk into certain lands, it's like, oh my God, I know someone died here. So like your energies are going to have to handle that type of intensity. Like they're not just going to put you on land that you can't handle. They're going to put you on land that's going to enrich your lives and make you more powerful to only like enrich your lives and your children and people around you, and community and churches for people who do stuff like that. It's like that. So again, there's gotta be something with land and location where you guys move to. Might play a role there. But I feel like you guys might travel. I don't know how you're going to figure that out, but like in the sense of like, if you guys end up coming together, you could just be going on vacation, or let's just check this out, or let's check that out. And then it's like you both get there and you're like, you both feel it. You might settle there. Yeah, see, like I'm looking like a settlement. Like there's a past life here for sure. You might actually go back to the land where you once lived. I don't know. I guess whatever it is, like I got goosebumps. You guys are gonna recognize it, which is beautiful. I'm also getting pulled to the red line, the yellow line. What's that in Boston? You know when you go on like the Boston Tea Party? It's like war though. Like the redcoats are coming. Like it's historical. It doesn't have to be Boston. But it's Salem, Mass. Historical landmarks. Almost all states have them. Okay. Beautiful reading. I love you guys. Fucking wiped. I love you guys. Enjoy the energy. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.